Today, for the first time, I was a model. Now I know what you're thinking, but Cookie, how are you not modelling for Burberry? How have Men's Fitness not given you a ring yet? I thought Forbes would have had you on the front cover by now. That's all well and good, but something like this is quite a nerve-wracking experience. I was joking, by the way. You have to look like this, or this to be doing that sort of stuff. Or do you? This opportunity came to me through a family friend, and when I was presented with it, I thought to myself, but I'm not good looking. That just seems to be the immediate reaction to something like this. Why do they want me? Or there are better suited people for this. Once I took a moment to think about it, I thought, well, hang on, what's to lose? Why am I shunning something I've never tried before? And besides, they've asked me. And with that, I said, yes, let's do it. So today I'm getting my portrait painted or drawn or whatever other stuff arty people do. I'm being their model. I'm a little nervous, you know. I feel like I'm going to be judged by a load of people, and normally I'm alright with that, but when they're in that room and you're in the room with them, that's what's getting to me a bit, you know. Walking to the studio, I had a question on my mind. Do you reckon there's going to be like a nice comfy chair? Well, we'll answer that in a second. Now, on the day, I was a little nervous, but intrigued too, as I think it's interesting that I'll be able to see other people's opinions of me through their artwork. Me and my cameraman Tim finally arrived at the studio. We walked in and were greeted by my worst nightmare. Yep, that was my seat for the next 2 hours. I got introduced to John, who was a lovely fella, and he briefed me on what was going to happen. Now, the room was really hot, so if I had to be seated, I went back outside again.
How'd you feel?
Nervous. I am genuinely nervous. Like, people seem lovely. Just under 10 minutes, isn't it, until we do this? How you doing? You okay? Yeah, that's it.
So friendly.
I'm trying to be really nice to you, so you make me look slimmer than what I am. And then with my nervousness, I head back inside and took my seat and sort of tried to think of a pose I could do that wasn't going to be strenuous or difficult for the next 2 hours. You can see me here, and I can tell you now, I wasn't comfortable. Don't get me wrong, the people were lovely, but I guess in a similar way to public speaking, I had multiple people staring at me and making judgments. That made me feel uneasy. There were 8 artists altogether, which doesn't seem like a big number, but when they're all focused on you, it feels like a lot. John then said we were going to start and don't move, and that was it. I was with myself and my thoughts for the next hour while trying to keep a pose. Something that was a mistake was that I tried to smile sort of, and if we speed this up, you can see my smile starts to dwindle. It's not easy keeping that up. There were multiple points where I had an itch on my nose or face, and I had to have a mental war with myself to resist the urge of scratching. I didn't want to annoy the artists, but that was it. I'm just sitting there now.
Thank you.
Great time for about 5-ish minutes.
Did your first hour, how was that?
It's so difficult, like, honestly. I thought it'd be easy because it started off, I don't know if you probably caught it, started off, smile on my face, thinking, no, this is alright, this is okay. And in about what felt like, I don't know, 5 minutes, I was like, oh no, I'm in pain. Like, my bum is killing, right? And my eyes, because I'm focused on these little bead things, I started getting all fuzzy eyed, started going cross-eyed and stuff. I was like, oh god, nah. And then Geezer spoke. Did you hear what he said? It was half an hour.
No, I wasn't listening. So I heard something. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
He goes, all right. And when he spoke, I was like, oh, is that the hour? And he was like, right, it's half an hour. I was like, no. But I'm still sat there and I'm just like fighting with myself because I'm itching. I had an itch on my nose and an itch on the side of my face, and then my bum's hurting. Yeah. And I was just like, oh god. It's difficult, but nice little drink. This is really good though. I really enjoy it. Like, I couldn't do it a lot. Because it's mental. Takes a lot from your mind, yeah. But it's really nice just being able to just sit there and you know that other people are working and that they're looking at you trying to make a an opinion of you based on what they can see. After a quick elderflower water, thank you John and Saminda, it was back to it and getting back into the right pose. Once the pose is set, the artists continue on with their work and I continue on with my thoughts. I think the biggest thought during the second half of this sitting was, why on earth was I even nervous for this? It's a bunch of lovely people drawing you with music going on in the background. Why is that scary? Alright, I may not think of myself quite highly, I know I'm not a Zac Efron, and I think that mainly comes down to the term model. We all think to be called a model, you have to be extremely attractive. I was trying to put my name in the same category as model, and I couldn't see it at all, and that's what was making me nervous. Would these people think I wasn't attractive enough to be who they were drawing? And I guess it's that stigma that puts a lot of us off doing something like this. The feeling that you don't belong there. I can tell you something now though, I can put my name and model in the same category. And if I can be a model, anyone can. So this experience has been a lesson to me. You should absolutely do something because you want to. Don't feed into the stigmas and just enjoy the moment. Now, for the good bit, seeing what people have done.
So many different versions of you.
It's all me but so different like you said. This is mad.
Yeah.
Saminda had said to me before that all the pictures will be the same but different. Art is subjective to me, but I can appreciate pretty much all of it. There are certain pieces that I would prefer over others, but that just comes down to personal taste. And here is that one that I got to keep. It's from Saminda. Her and John organised this and I'm really thankful to them. They were really nice people and accommodating and it was just a great time. So that was really good. I really enjoyed that. And like, I'll go through some of these. So these I'll probably show them on the screen actually, but this one here, where is it? That one there, I think is my favourite.
Yeah.
That was like, I really like that one. And there's a few others as well. I think that one, I quite like that one.
You look fucking solid in that one.
I do know.
Yeah, you literally look like built.
Proper model.
They've been proper lifting.
And that one there, I've asked the lady when she's finished that one to send me the picture, and hopefully she does, because I really like that.
It's the light reflecting off your head as well,
yeah.
man. It is, it's
proper good. But I genuinely really enjoyed that, and I don't know why I was so nervous.
Yeah, it seems silly when looking back on it because you just sat there.
Stupid, but no, really enjoyed it, and I've got one to keep as well. So sick. To anyone interested in doing something like this but is a little bit hesitant, just do it. It's a good experience. A big shout out again to John and Saminda from Chrome Yellow Arts for making this happen as well. Check out some of the links in the description if you've been inspired to give some form of artwork a go. I've been Cookie6. I will see you in the next video. This is my outro song now. My last one got claimed. I don't want that to happen again. So fuck you, YouTube. You can't claim this, cause it's shit and it's mine. Thank you.